Alright guys, welcome. I'm making this video to share how I was able to use AI to scale my first brand, but even find the second product, which I'm launching in March. It's going to be a very new and exciting experience. If you would like to join the team, by the way, we have an affiliate program for free. You join, you work on the new product with me, you get mentorship for free and cut. So what is the importance of AI in 2026 and how can you make use of it? Because when we're talking about organic dropshipping, the problem is today is that everyone is following each other. There is this problem with product selection, but then with marketing and even websites. And in my opinion, when it comes to branding, it's primarily done in two things, okay? Branding is done through marketing, and so that's one, and then two, through your website. That's how paid ads guys have always been performing really well, and that's how it's gonna always continue to be. Okay, so if you can create really good content and then get the website right, then you have a brand. Because brand is like a sugar coat around the product. That's how I like to call it. It's like increasing the perceived value of what it really is, and this is the primary objective of today, the website, because this is one thing which I see everyone neglecting. I would see people who are creating really good content, but then I would see their website. It's like a copy paste of every other dropshipper out there. But don't worry, this is gonna be a comprehensive video, so I'm gonna share everything all the way from picking the product to marketing it and creating the website. Okay, A to Z. So let's start off with picking the product and how I find or what do I look in products, right? So the number one thing I look for in a product is flexibility in the marketing. So in other words, if I can pick a product today, which I would be able to run all the way till December of 2026, then this is a good product. Okay, so you need to find why is it viable to be run for 6-12 months. Is it the fact that it has a lot of variance? Is it because it is a custom product? Is it because it's one product but then different angles, like the cameras we've seen recently? They've been doing really well. It's one product, but then you could market it 1,000 times. So you need to find why is a product brandable or long-term, right? Once you do find that, the next question is, how can I source it, right? So my favorite platform to find any product is Alibaba, because you could not only find a cheaper price, but then also you get better shipping deals and branding. This is really important. When you want to look long term, it's more than just finding a product or sourcing it in a matter of few minutes. It's more about building a relationship with your supplier to get better prices, more samples, more customizability, different variants, and just up to date with whatever new products come to the market, right? So this is literally the gold mine which nobody talks about, and it's like everyone knows about this platform, but for some reason they always go for the fancy apps or platforms instead. So let me link this to AI, right? We're talking about AI here. So there's this new feature they brought in November of 2025. It's called AI mode, and you could use this specifically with the agent. It has AI agent, which will search through their website, but also through the entire web. I was looking for a product recently and I was able to find very specific suppliers to my needs. So it gave me like a big list, but then also it was able to find me suppliers outside of Alibaba, which is crazy. So yeah, there's no secret about it. This is like literally the best source of products, but then you need to be patient and hardworking to actually contact every single supplier you find and ask them about their shipping prices, if they have one MOQ, if they can do like custom print on demand with one MOQ, and so on. And next is gonna be the website. Okay, this is where the magic happens. If you can find a way to get 500 to 1,000 minimum sessions per day, and you're still not getting at least like 5 orders, then the problem is the store or the reach. Okay, so let's talk about how you could use AI. The first way is going to be through images. So using AI Studio, which is in other words Nano Banana. This is the best way to get your images. Now there's a new way which I started using recently, which is CapCut. So I actually started using CapCut Nano Banana Pro feature. Now, the reason why this is really insane is because you could actually edit the elements. So if you have a specific text in an image where you would like to change, then you could just literally type it differently. While as on AI Studio, you just have to keep on prompting until it eventually works. So in my opinion, I would use AI Studio for creating something from scratch. So whether it's a new hero image or something just brand new. And if I want to Photoshop or just edit, then I would use the CapCut Nano Banana Pro feature. So these are my top 2 ways out of personal use, nothing sponsored. Next question is, what do I create, right? So the best way is to start with the competitors. I wouldn't even check the supplier's images. I would always check my competitors, see what they have, and set that as your standard, especially if it's actually good content. If they have good images, then set that as a standard and be like, okay, I need to create something unique, original using AI, which is better than this, okay? You cannot go lower. And this is one thing which a lot of guys just forget. They go to their supplier, they take the images, they put them, and that's it. Or I've started seeing more people use AI Studio, but it's clear that, they just tried it once. The first prompt they got an answer for or an image for, they used that, and that's it. Like, I can confidently tell you guys, I've spent a minimum of triple digits of hours on AI Studio over the past 8 months. And that was purely for recreating all of my product images and offers, but also my landing page image, which I change every season. So I'll give you an example. For, I think it was Black Friday, I spent 3 to 5 hours just reprompting until I found what I want. And then I used CapCut Pro and Canvas to just do the final touches. So perhaps it took me 5 hours, let's say, to just finalize all the way from brainstorming what I want to creating it and then finalizing it. And that image, that landing image, was there for the entirety of Black Friday. In fact, I reused it for Cyber Monday. I literally just added the text Cyber Monday, and that was the ROI looking back at it was insane. I just put it out there on my store and I left it for more than a month. This is how I made 1K days. So yeah, I really want you guys to not just, settle for less, write one prompt, whatever the image is, you use it. No, actually put some effort, because the more you use it, you realize that you're going to become more picky. You won't just settle for anything, right? So that's my number 1 tip for the website. I'm going to take this one step forward. I'm actually going to show you a very solid example of everything I've shared so far, how to apply it. It's this brand over here. So this is a very recent trendy product, and this guy have actually brought the product to the market. It's never been seen before. He probably sourced it from Alibaba and based it off older proven concept products. So the product is new, but the concept behind it is old. It's actually showing, your favorite pet that is no longer with you, right? So let's take a look at how he built his branded page, because from the landing page, you can tell he has went for a very unique approach, right? He's taking different colors, which are honestly, to me, is very interesting. You don't often see these colors. He's taken green with caramel color or beige, and then you go down. Usually for the typical organic branded or organic dropshipping store, the store would end here, right? You only swipe a bit and it's over. But no, this one actually goes on, as you can see. And then there's a lot of social proof, which is perfect. Now let's start with the image. So this is obviously AI. You could tell because when you go to the 4th image, you can compare the quality of the images. These look a bit faded, whereas this is really crisp. And yeah, I'm assuming this is AI. It would make sense. While as here, it's more like it. Actually, I think this is the stock images, perhaps. So you could actually use this to source a product. But yeah, this is AI UGC. You can see it's it looks like it's a story, which is actually insane. So yeah, I'm gonna say the top ones are AI. I'm not sure about the bottom, but I'm gonna assume this is all AI. So that's the first thing that caught my eye. Next thing is the offer. Usually I would use Kaching app. He's using the default shrine offer, which is decent. But the more important part here is the AI app, which is using as an upsell for free. So this is actually very cool. This is gonna probably increase the CVR because it makes it look like a real brand. And this is provided by the supplier, but still. Now the next thing I really want to highlight is that the moment you scroll down the product, you see very simple FAQ and then the reviews. In every single website video I've made, I've said the exact same thing. This is really important. And for some reason, the typical dropshipping store doesn't have it. They always leave the reviews till the end. And you could do both. And this is exactly what this guy's doing. He's doing exactly what I'm doing on my store. So you'd have short FAQ, big feedbacks, your best feedbacks here. And then you can have, this is optional. He put it really up front because his product is really hard to explain or understand for someone who's completely new. So I understand why he put it here. Usually this like towards the end. And then more reviews. This is AI. And then here the stock reviews, I'm guessing, from his supplier. So this is extra. I don't have this, but the problem is it looks AI. So I don't know why he added this, but it just shows you the importance of reviews, social proof. Anyways, this is a very solid page, and hopefully you guys have understood what it takes to actually have a solid page. The final point here is going to be the marketing. So the marketing is a bit tricky because it doesn't work for every product, but I'm going to share it anyway. So there's, from experience, a few which work the best for me. So there's Hicksfield, I think that's how you type it. And this one uses everything, like all of the AI tools, but in particular we want to focus on VO3. You want to combine it with Nano Banana Pro. They're under the same as Google. So this is what I use. I prefer this over Sora personally, but yeah, I would say you can try what works for you. And the way it works, here's a trick. You need to create the images first using Nano Banana Pro, and then it's gonna show you like two boxes, the starting image and the final image. So you're gonna have to prompt, and the prompt can be created by ChatGPT, whatever. Create the first image. So let's say we want the car, which is currently, I'm gonna draw it like this. There's a car which is stationary right now. It's over here, and we want it to be there, right? So for us to actually make this video where this car actually goes all the way to the right, we need to create a prompt using using ChatGPT or using our mind. Personally, I just type from my mind. Tell AI Studio to create for you this product, or you could even attach your product. Okay, in this case, it's an RC car, for example. We plug the image. We say we want the starting point, so show me the car on the left, and then we make another prompt saying show me the car on the right. So we're gonna use this as the starting, the initial image, and then this is gonna be the final image. And then VO3 is gonna do the transition. It's gonna create the video all the way, from the start to the finish, according to what you describe for it to do. So this is more like a trial and error, but it's literally this simple. You just need to actually put the time to prompting and being patient enough until it gives you the right result. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I know this was very simple, but this is actually how it is. You just need to create the first image and the last image. You could use this website, or you could just go to their AI Studio and use their features. Nothing sponsored here. I'm just telling you what I use. But yeah, this is pretty much it for my blueprint. This is how I scaled my first brand, and this is again how I'm gonna be building my next brand in March. Once again, if you guys are interested into joining my team, let me know on Discord. In a month or so, it's gonna be very interesting. I'll be sharing the journey with you guys as well. So yeah, if you guys have learned something new, feel free to subscribe. Once again, join my Discord, and we have Sunday group calls every Sunday where we share a lot of sauce, Q&A, and so on. So yeah, this is it for now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.